Line from the OMG. Jesus the captain. Back to the grind life, back to the nightlife, back to the street lights. Okay, the sweetest nights I love can just happen in the air. Story of my life, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but to me it kinda feels nice. Okay, we working hard, or we trying hard. I'ma sit deeper here in the price, never mind the sun. That's when I knew I had to keep it straight, fucking eyesight. And see what I never let it think they know much. You see, I've been through it all. I gave it my all. They sleeping on the board still. Okay, forgive them, Lord. I can't forgive them, no. I'm here to back them all. I'm here to call the shots. Take a flag straight up. I wanna call you ready or not. Well, this ain't child's play, but if these niggas wanna play, dog, I'm Chuck A. Sweet Ego on a Friday, getting cold on the stage. We just wanna for them. You're the king of our way. It's amazing if you check how we came to the sea. All I have is the military bag, going from a friend. Was really boxing, mama's blasting on me. Problem months later, we started getting noticed in the sea. Bro, they sleeping on me back home, I'm jumped in England. Maybe some days, get my music in Hatfield. Doing the most, see a gold, what a blessing, I just killed it in slow. Up and pop, boss, Melville, get a product. I mean, it's written in my forehead. Good life, driven in the vision, be the substance. Childhood friends got caught up in y'all, that's why I just check my mom's, then I leave for the next day. They wouldn't let me in, they wouldn't let me in. It's all good, I ain't tripping, I'm already in. I feel it in the head, I feel it in my sleep, man. I feel it when I'm in the studio beside this beat. Used to highlight my crush late nights, play for me. Dreams turning nightmares, shit behind me, still it. Fuck it, I put in work, fucking sleep, bigger deals on calls, late nights, all them OGs, yeah. Now I'm done in that music that I stop. Stay chilling in my house with villains in my combo. For now I can't be chilling, balance starts with a minus. Sometimes that's the reason nigga acts out of balance. I used to beg them on to fucking put me on. I used to beg them on to fucking put me on. Man, I begged a lot to put me on. I begged a lot, but check. See now I know this is mine till 6 feet. Now niggas out there trying to wake me up for big dreams. Tell the niggas you got too fast, those fucking keys. Cause it's time to relocate the top as well, beat. The best we ever do it, the best we still do it. They forgot about me, they nice with the music. Niggas out there on some, yeah I see you visual. But get the fuck out of here, I know you just pretending. They died on me, remember. They stopped them up, do their money 7 brothers. But I'm on my ego mode now, how I my ways just to get a product. And I'm here to chase my dreams, see my karma ain't nice fam. It's kinda rusty dust, but I'm here to stack it off. With the young football mentality, I put my heart in, I put it in, it ain't no hobby now. Thought I'm my territory, you don't want some losers. I'm here to get what's mine, I'm here to get what's mine. Yo, me I'm coming for that #1 spot. That #1 spot.
#1 spot, that was my man. Doug Diesel, you got the diesel, bro.
What's up?
You good?
I'm nice, I'm nice.
You got to be, bro.
It's good to be here.
Yeah, man, how can we get hold of you, bro?
On Insta,
yeah.
Twitter, Facebook, it's DOXDEEZOL. That's Dox Diesel, you know. I think that's where you can find me, even on SoundCloud, iTunes, and Spotify.
Hustlers and Appreciate.
Hustlers
and
my dogs right there.
Nobody, we got you, bro. We got you, bro. That's what's up. That's what's up. All right, Mzansi, good evening. Smart,
aka the crowd gator himself, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not alone. I'm out here with my 2 beautiful ladies.
Hello everybody, my name is Tilly Tava.
What's up everybody, my name is Patience Sidati.
And this is
JuiceCast,
your home of entertainment, inspiration, and motivation.
Cheers everybody and welcome to our very first episode here on JuiceCast, a very productive show here in Mzansi.
With all that said, you can engage with us in all of our social media platforms. We are JuiceCast on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are JuiceCast.
So guys, this is a show where we talk about education, entrepreneurship, and fashion as you like it.
Not only that, we also talk about hustlers, we talk about creative minds, we talk about Bona, we got you, La Mzansi, Mona, South Africa, baby.
So guys, we're gonna have different people with different professions. They're gonna be telling us about how they made it from the bottom to the top.
With that said, ladies and gentlemen, I got a creative mindset today. Here with us, ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for the award-winning man. I'm a fan. What up, baby?
Hi.
Yeah, you good?
Easy, very
We've been waiting for you, bro. Finally, you here.
Glad I'm here.
Cool. Have a seat, bro. We got a lot to talk about. Morphosis.
Most deaf, but just to clarify first, it's spelled Morphosis, like you're literally meeting a morphosis.
Okay.
That's how you pronounce it though.
Oh.
So you met Morphosis.
Oh,
Yeah, that's the one.
Meeting in Morphosis.
Really?
Also,
Set it up, yeah.
we're sitting down with the Morphosis now.
You are,
I
yes.
got you, bro. I got you. So where did you get the name from? With the Morphosis.
You can basically say I went through a changing point in my life.
Yeah.
And in that changing point, I sort of changed who I was at the point in time as well.
Yeah.
So through that entire process, I felt like, because I changed so drastically, I indirectly went through my own metamorphosis.
Oh,
But now I
yeah.
thought about the fact that that keeps happening to me. It was that I'm literally meeting a morphosis. Hence, metamorphosis.
Yeah.
Yeah,
man,
so it
let's
comes
go.
from- yeah,
Let's
sorry,
go. Yeah. Alright. So you into poetry?
Yes, I am.
You do poetry,
Most deaf.
and man, that is something so rare in South Africa. Why did you choose poetry?
I wouldn't necessarily say I chose it, but
Yeah.
I would say in my exploration of writing,
You have a very polished English, I must say, and I like that about you. When did you take this thing of poetry as a career or as a hobby? When did that start for you?
initially I started writing short stories, even a little bit of a novel, later at a later stage. But essentially, in my teenage years I was writing a few short stories here and there. But it was only when I started, basically matric is when I'm 18, is when I basically started writing poetry per se. But in terms of it being a hobby or a profession,
Okay.
I would say I've grown to the point where it's becoming a profession.
Okay.
And what I mean by that is that the industry is still growing.
Yeah.
And what motivated me was the fact that I won the Best Writing Style at the 2013 Open Mic Awards.
Okay.
I was top 3 for the Say Something Slam.
Wow.
Also top 4 for another kind of slam, which is a writing competition out of
Bang.
about the 20 to 30 people.
Yeah.
And of course, recently this year I received the Athol Williams Award from Word and Sound Poetry and Live Music Yeah,
Oh man, you right there.
Yeah.
Damn. So you are the award-winning metamorphosis.
series. Yes, I
Bro,
PTV now. Yes.
bro, this is amazing.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
So besides writing poetry, what else do you do, and how do you make sure that you balance your work?
I'm actually a math, science, and English teacher.
Ha!
Yes.
Really?
Hence the
Yes,
English.
Yeah. something
Yeah.
that's
Okay.
true. That's true.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay, so
So how do you balance your work? Because you're a writer, a poet, a teacher. How do you
I
balance
think
your work?
not just through time management, but sort of choosing to make the time for certain things. Because initially with writing, you've always to start with the whole I need inspiration.
yeah.
But eventually with writing exercise, you start to just write subconsciously all the time.
Oh.
And through that constant harnessing of that skill, then can become something you should admire and push to a further level.
Wow,
Okay.
got you.
So where's your poetry going? Like in 5 years from now, where can you say like this is where you see yourself as metamorphosis?
5 years from now, I'd probably have to say I have a few books out for one.
Okay.
And I'm currently actually working on an album, and that should be coming out soon, so that'll also be something that should have progressed from there.
You see me rap what, Jay?
It's actually spoken word, but it takes elements of hip hop and jazz.
Oh.
Sort of fusing elemental hip hop with jazz, and then taking some spoken word to those type of beats.
So it's like skirt, skirt.
Sort of thinking of like conscious abstract hip hop. Yeah, pretty much. And that's
So you spoke about you're a teacher, right?
it. Yes.
So where do you teach? Where do you teach?
I teach at a high school called Voortrekker High School currently. Yes.
Okay.
What? So you teach English children like?
I actually
African
teach
children?
maths at the current moment. Yes, I'm teaching maths at the moment.
Okay.
Wow.
Oh my
Wow,
goodness.
bro, wow,
Oh my
wow,
goodness.
no, that's something else. So speaking of vision, like, have you ever used the face app thing and see how Metamorphosis will look like in the next 20 years?
Honestly, I saw the trend, but I'd rather not. So I did it, to be honest. I
Yeah,
did
Got
it.
it as well.
I ignored it. pretty
Yes.
Oh my god, you deserve an
Same here.
award for that. Because I couldn't, man. I was just in the side for the next 10 years. Like, you used it?
Nah, I think it has its own people, you know.
Yeah.
I'm not that kind of person who can do face
Yeah,
apps.
you
Yeah.
could. I got you, bro. I got you. So when are you releasing the album?
I'm looking at roughly October, November, around
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
Wow. So it's inspirational, it's motivational, or you just like, I put up with my gang, or you talk about like, you reflect into who you are, Metamorphosis, being a poetry, or you like the rappers like Lil Wayne, you know, like these modern rappers, or like you just Metamorphosis.
I'm essentially just being myself, which is
Yeah.
combining my favorite 3 elements, which are art, philosophy, and science.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then infusing those 3 things together, I then essentially use that to form and drive the music I'm trying to create.
Mm-hmm.
So it's exploration of life, but in terms of style, I'd call it abstract conscious.
Okay. So being a poet, right? Do you guys like collaborate with other poets to make something, or do you just work like on your own to make something that
That's a good question.
Yeah, a great question. And sometimes I actually do collaborate.
Okay.
For example, you can have a slam competition like Wood and Sound, for example.
Okay.
What happens there is you get points per performance, and it happens from February to October. So what happens is the top 5 for the year, meaning you have the most points like a league, points per month,
Okay.
then go to a festival. And then that would be how you could collaborate with some artists, or depending on what you choose to do, you can also collaborate in the slam itself.
Oh, right.
It's entirely up to you actually.
Yeah.
That's interesting. So I was going through your Instagram page, and you said something like, "You are an excellent parallel to a lost soul." What was the intended message actually to your fans or whatever reading that quote?
Alright, can you just repeat the line to me? But I think I remember it roughly.
An existence parallel to a lost soul.
Oh, yeah, I remember that quote now. It's kind of hard quoting
You got a
myself.
lot in your head,
But
bro.
yeah, I try to keep it together.
Yeah.
Existence parallel to a lost soul.
Yeah.
What I mean by that is, when you look at your concept of existence, or maybe even existentialism, you're sort of questioning the idea or identity of self.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when you say existence parallel to a lost soul, because it's poetry, there can be many interpretations, but from my perspective, I'd say we're all in some sort of way, as the youth, slightly lost, in the sense that we're trying to find some deeper meaning to life.
Okay.
Yes, we've had our parents and forefathers experience life in their own times,
Yeah.
but in the current state we're in, is sort of unexplored and new. Life is old. And
Exactly.
because of that, we become existence that is parallel to a lost soul, in terms of we're in the same line of that thinking.
Damn.
That's dope.
Such a thick interpretation, and it's like short line like this. Like speaking of that, how do you ensure that people like perceive your work in the right way? Because now you can say something like the parallel, and I'm thinking of the parallel things like things that are outside what you actually meant.
I must say that's a really great question, and it's the reason why a lot of the art I do is more abstract.
Okay.
And the abstract, I mean, is multiple meanings to one thing. So in that sense, I'm not trying to impose my meaning. I'm more or less saying, see what you think you see from it, or take what you take from it, basically.
Okay.
So there's no real technical definition of each line. It's more of what you see in it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So okay, let's say someone is watching you at home, right, and they want to be a poet. What message can you give them? For me, I studied performing arts, right, and I know that people from home like, why performing arts? You could do something else. So for you who like do poet like full time, what will be your message rather to a young person watching you at home and being like, I want to be like Morphosis?
I would say the journey can be long, but it's definitely worth it. And the best way to sharpen your skills is just to keep writing, and most importantly, keep reading.
Okay.
Because we need to learn from other writers as well
Yeah.
to sort of gauge where we are, and also to learn from different styles.
Okay.
I'd say that.
Now speaking of it being worth it, do you guys make money out of poetry?
Yes, you do. Depending on what you choose to do, you can do showcases, you can release products such as books and music, you can do shows in market theaters or different places, so there's really many avenues to make a living from it. It's just that, like I said, the industry is sort of still growing at the stage, so it might be a bit difficult to completely sustain yourself as someone who's starting out. But when you eventually get to a certain level, like Machine, for example, it then becomes a full-on career. Yes.
Okay.
That's
So, will you ever like, take your poetry into visuals, whereby?
It's actually a really great question as well. In terms of visuals, I use them all the time at Word and Sound. You should actually check out my YouTube channel, which is the same name as me, met a Morphosis with underscores. Yes, it's my YouTube channel, You'll find videos where I deconstruct abstract art through stream of consciousness or freestyle.
Okay.
So that's pretty much where those works come from. Art or images.
So in terms of the arts, like, do you only do poetry and singing? What other things can you like do besides those two?
I wouldn't necessarily say I'm a singer, but at the same time, what else I do as well is I actually sketch quite a lot.
Okay.
And I recently started sketching again, and I'm exploring new techniques, but I'm enjoying that a lot actually.
Sketching, isn't it like sketching?
Sketch with a pencil or a pen, depending on what I'm trying to look at.
Wow. Let me guess, you're into fashion?
Not specifically, but sort of reveal a few trends here and there.
Alright.
It's been amazing being with you, Madam Morphosis. So today, like in this show, we talk about the values of life. So today we decided to talk about commitment, and for me, commitment goes along with consistency, right?
Yes.
So what is commitment to you?
Commitment to me, it's actually quite a big question. But I guess it's one of those words that goes in many different directions.
Yeah.
Meaning commitment to relationships or
Yeah.
to work
I mean, in
or
terms
to
of
service.
Okay, yeah.
But in terms of commitment to art,
Yeah.
you could sort of argue that in my continuous exploration, I eventually found that this wasn't just something that I loved. It was almost felt like a high calling.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because there's times on stage where, as much as I'm speaking, it almost feels like something else is speaking through me. And in that
Yeah.
sense,
So
you
this is
almost-
not me, like.
yeah, it's sort of like you're astral projecting. Meaning you
Yeah.
feel like you're just above yourself,
Yeah.
but you're also like in the moment. So it's like
You
a
get the
weird.
goosebumps, bro. Like,
Yeah.
you're up there. I feel you.
Yeah.
I feel you, man. Before.
Okay, one last question from me.
Yes.
Basically, to go globally, what must have happened? Actually?
In terms of going globally, I'd have to say if you increase your online presence as a start,
Yeah.
start trying to. I go by the name Met A Morphosis, and this is a piece entitled Holographic Soul. We call them simple beings hanging on planetary rocks spinning at 23 degrees. Is this Earth or the mind's rotation, for the mind runs imminent to itself to find a shifted alignment to space? Is this the fabric of space-time, or a merely cloth to the time glitch called time, so this dilation exists as us within a holographic universe? This is merely weaving galaxies and making quasars on your fingertips, so black holes become the suction point of your true dreams. Are we hanging deep within ourselves? Are we trying to find a distant space? Is this truth relevant to us, or is it merely relativistic? So as light shines for the first time, a particle of light exists as a simple photon, but that bouncing point becomes a wave, or rather wave interference. So we choose to double slit the side of an experiment that finds itself as merely beings that find a shifted alignment to truth. And so as they hang heavier and heavier to themselves, hanging the noose of their lost actions, you choose to drop them again and find a projected reality within a holographic soul. So the name exists as you projecting yourself astrally to find yourself again, meaning the second moment became your second coming. Hence the name, holographic soul. Yeah, that was the one.
Man,
Yeah, that's dope.
Zero.
Nah.